Hey, folks, this is the Wayne S. Pierce Show. How are you doing today? Are you good? Are you happening? It's Wednesday. What can I say? It's the 12th of March, 2014. There's a lot going on. There's just a ton of stuff going on. I don't know where to begin, to be totally honest with you. There's been earthquakes in Southern California. There's been just a whole bunch of things happening. I don't, like I said, I don't know where to begin. I've said it before on the program. Things change every 5 minutes. Excuse me. And we got to be on top of all of it. I mean, why not? Why not? And we have the opportunity to see things for what they are. We have the opportunity to dedicate our lives to revealing the truth with the facts and putting these criminals in Washington, D.C. in prison. I got something going on, so I will be right back in about 2 minutes. America Matters. Enthusiastically entertaining, educating, enlightening everyone everywhere, while including a unique mix of all forms of media, including the internet, with continual live streaming available for all their shows. Their website is www.americamatters.us. Listen to America Matters on 101.3 Renegade Radio, krng.streamon.fm, or 99.1 FM Talk Radio, weekends at 99.1fmtalk.com, or 12:30 a.m. at 1230kjfk.com. If you're into liberty and libertarian values, tune in to The Angel Clark Show, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, at radiofreedom.us. The hottest new talk radio show is on Revolution Radio. The BK Factor talks about news, religion, politics, and more. BK adds his opinion to all of it. The BK Factor airs Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time, noon to 2 Eastern. If you miss a show, you miss out. There's only one man that has accomplished everything that he has set out to do. That man is Chris Top. The Chris Top Program on Spreaker.com. Hey, folks, how you doing? This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show for the 12th of March, 2014. Wow, I'm getting I got my headphones on. I'm getting a lot of distortion. So let's do this. It's the 12th of March, 2014. How are you? Hey, lots of stuff going on. Things change every 5 minutes, and we know this. I mean, we can just watch it. We can walk outside. There it is, and then 5 minutes later, something else will happen. We're being distracted by all of this stuff that's going on. There's not a moment in time that we don't watch the state-run media and things are changing. They may talk about one thing one day, and then the next day, it gets brushed under the rug. I mean, that's the way it is, right? Now, several things have come to mind that has taken, well, it's put me in a position to where I cannot stand being lied to, and I won't be lied to. And this has gone on for many, many years. But at this point in time, when the folks in Washington, D.C. are lying to all of us, that's what I can't stand. Okay? I will not put up with it. I will not, deal with somebody else's ignorance. I won't. I won't. I know for a fact what is out there. I know for a fact what is out there. I can see it. It's there. It's staring me in the face. And I'm trying to point this out to you. I'm trying to point out that, hey, the bridge is out down the road. You don't want to go down this road. And there are people out there going, well, I've been down that road before. There's no bridge out. I was just down there, about an hour ago, and I came back, and now I got to go back, but the bridge isn't out. Really? And then I walk you down there, and I show you in the gully, in the river, and whatever's below the bridge, all the damaged cars, the dead people, and all that. And then I look at you again and go, told you the bridge was out. See, this is what I'm trying to show you. I'm showing you that America is dying right now. We are at the very edge where the doctor is about ready to pull the plug because everybody else is going, we're done. Here's the truth. Here's the facts. Blood pressure is down. Heart rate is slowing down. The disease, the disorder that this, America has, which is the New World Order, Illuminati, Freemason bullcrap that wants to tear apart this country, the doctor's about ready to pull the plug. You understand me? Now, a lot of people would say, well, America's doing good because the economy is great and blah, blah, blah. And really? 92 million people unemployed. DHS bought over 2.5 billion rounds of ammunition. Now they just bought explosives. They have UN troops on American soil. They bought 2,700 armored personnel carriers, actual armored personnel tanks, basically. Okay? Just in the last several weeks, the information that I have received says that they have bought the local law enforcement in your area under certain grants, free money, tax money out of your own pocket, have given some local law enforcement officials throughout the country over 10,000 armored vehicles, 10,000 plus. It's got to be more than that. And you're going to sit there and say that everything's fine. You're going to sit there and say that everything's okay. You're going to sit there and say that you're doing great. As long as it doesn't affect me, as long as I can still go to work in the morning and get my paycheck every 2 weeks and take care of my family, nothing of that nature of what you're talking about matters to me. Is that what you're saying? Or the other lame excuse that I hear a lot is, I don't want to hear about it because I don't want it ruining my day. But you're the same type of person that'll go to the local store, to your local Winco or Walmart or, whatever, Smith's or Rayleigh's or Scolari's, which is out here on the West Coast. You'll go there and complain about the price of cheese, the price of milk, the price of butter, the price of bread, the price of soda, the price of candy. You'll complain about that, but you won't complain and do something about our own government collapsing and taking away your rights. Am I even close? Am I even close? I don't know. I don't know why, and Please forgive me for my ignorance, but I don't know why you're not looking at any of this. I really don't. I really don't. I understand that there are people out there that won't look at this. Okay, and I understand that there are people out there who will look at this and understand what's going on, but then sit there and not really get into the issues as far as who is behind putting all of this bull crap into play. Who's pulling the handles and pushing the buttons? Who's doing what they're doing? Okay? Who is it that is trying to collapse the United States of America? Who is it that is causing the problems that we're having currently? Nobody wants to take a look at that. Nobody wants to nobody wants to lay it out. Nobody wants to expose these criminals for what they are. The motto of Free America Radio Network is that we share the truth one fact at a time. And I'll tell you straight up, folks, if I don't know it, I'm not going to share it. And if I overlook something, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm wrong. It just means that I overlooked something and I need to go back and recheck my information. No big deal to me. I do that. But if somebody's going to tell me I'm wrong, you better check yourself. You better prove yourself right. You better prove everything that you're saying from now on, period, end of sentence. I'm done with ignorant people. You're going to contradict me? You better bring the information to the table. Because I'm bringing what I know. And I'm showing you exactly what is happening. And I read you the articles and I look at all this stuff. And people have the gall. People have the most... People are stupid. Because they think that they can share with me stuff from misinformation, disinformation, or paid provocateur sites and tell me that that is true. Prime example, Snopes.com. Piece of crap. Those people have been exposed for the liars they are. Period. End of sentence. So don't use that site. Snopes.com, piece of crap. Throw it away. Okay? And I know when I bring that up to people, they're going to go, what, you go to Infowars.com? No, I go to Infowars, I go to Drudge Report, I go to Reuters, I go to AP, I go to New York Post, I go to Washington Post, Washington Times, LA Times, Sacramento Bee, Modesto Bee. Shall I go on down the list of where I go? I go to government websites, university white papers. I go talk to people. Hello, do you, Mr. I'm going to contradict you because you're wrong? Do you? No, you don't. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to save your life, and you're the guy in the car that says, oh, the bridge isn't out. I was just over that bridge an hour ago. It's not out. Really? Follow me. Look at all the dead bodies in the cars down in the gully. Look at the bridge. It's out. Shut your damn mouth, turn around, and go the other way, or find some other way to go. I told you in 2013, I'm not holding anything back. I'm trying to save your life. I'm not a messiah. I'm not any of that. I'm a person with information that has been researching this stuff for well over 30 years. And I'm saying, hey, look, I've pulled away the curtain. Here's who's running the whole show, folks. Here's who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. And if you don't want to believe it, okay, go watch your stupid Justin Bieber and go watch your stupid sports programs and your reality shows and, watch Kim Kardashian's ass get bigger. In other words, go look at the distractions that your state-run media has put out in front of you. Go look at the distractions coming out of L.A. Go look at the distractions and the criminal activity coming out of Washington, D.C. Go look at this stuff. I guarantee you, you're not going to like it. Oh, you're talking about movies out of Hollywood. That's just entertainment. That doesn't... Really? Really? Huh. How much predictive programming have you had in your lifetime? What do you know about predictive programming? How do you function without someone telling you these entertaining things from Hollywood? I'm beginning to believe that anybody who how can I put this? Being nice. How can I put this? How can anyone sit there and watch your stupid state-run media tell you all the lies? Okay? Now, I want to open your eyes to the facts. And that's okay. I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. Go about your business. Enjoy everything. Pretend that nothing matters. Just go ahead. None of this matters to you, so turn your ears away and turn your eyes away and go from there. Okay? Because none of this really matters. But if you are more inclined to understand or want to understand as to what is happening around you so that you can prepare to take care of yourself and your family, then I would suggest listening. Although you can do whatever you want. It's fine. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just suggesting that you should listen to this. And seriously, take into consideration the things that I say. Because I don't say these things lightly, and I don't pull this stuff out of my, rear end just to say, oh, hey, look, look at this. Blah, blah, blah. Really? Honestly? Yeah. There are certain things that you need to pay attention to. Certain things. And those things matter. If they didn't, I don't think that I would be talking about them. You have to really examine the things that are there. I'm going to give you guides. I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm going to name names. I'm going to put them out there and say, here's this and here's that. Hopefully you'll go check it out yourself. But you need to check all of this information out yourself. And hey, I don't mind if you send me information saying, hey, look, I think you're wrong in this. Good, you're presenting the information. You're not just yapping your lips together and telling me I'm wrong without showing me why. So awesome, give you a high five for that one. Or you can send me information saying, hey, you may have overlooked something. Here's this. Okay, cool. Another high five. I'm okay with that. Because we're all in this together regardless of race, creed, religion, political affiliation. Doesn't matter. We're humans. We're citizens of the United States, and we should stand up for one another instead of being all, selfish and narcissistic and thinking that we're better than everybody else. Hello? We're not. And I'm not saying anything, I'm not encouraging anybody to get into this collective communitarianism. That's bullcrap, okay? That's socialism, fascism, Marxism. Add a name to it you want. But it's bullcrap. We're individuals that need to take care of each other and ourselves. And if your government is going and purposely in their heart going to attempt, and I say attempt for a reason, destroy the United States of America and enslave all of you, then it's your responsibility to stand up for the freedoms and liberties and security of this country, regardless of who you are. Hey, over on the Spreaker chat, if you're listening to me on the freeamericaradio.us site, thank you very much. Cruise around that site. On the Spreaker side of things, J.R. Wild, he has a show on Spreaker.com. Go check it out. J.R. Wild. He says anyone that takes Hollywood for real is an idiot. Yes, I agree. Hollywood is in part to blame for America's not caring about politics. Yes, that's it. They distract you. I don't watch much TV and almost never go to the movies. The last time I was in a theater was Saving Private Ryan. As a whole, we need to wake up. Exactly. They put a film out that was, I think, one of the last films that Philip Seymour Hoffman did, and called The Master. And I'm not picking on that film. I'm just using that as an example of how Hollywood twists everything to make it look bad. Okay? And that movie might be a bad example, but they do it with everything. The Hunger Games, they make you aware of the fact that this is coming down the line if you just connect the dots in this movie and in the trilogy, I guess, that they have of that. You look at other movies, what was that? Lots of movies coming out of Hollywood are predictive programming, is my point. But you look at the movie like The Master. That is prime example. I haven't seen it yet. Waiting for DVD. Now, I haven't seen it yet. But it really exemplifies the fact that Hollywood is totally disconnected with reality. Okay? Has absolutely no idea what reality is, and will only put out propaganda pieces, and you got to look through the movies and watch it. And what do you think product placement is in movies? Hello? My point being is that Hollywood is lying to you. The state-run media is lying to you. I don't give a crap if it's in your local area or on cable. It does not matter. Free America Radio Network is going to the next level, and yes, we will tear away the veil and show you who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. We will share with you the truth with the facts. We will dig as much as we can to put together news reports and stories that will exemplify the misinformation and disinformation that is out there, the propaganda that your state-run media is spewing out to you. Might take some time and might take 5 minutes, who knows? But we will do that. I'm done with stupid people. I'm done with people making excuses as to why this administration and the news is fine and blah, blah, blah. I'm done with those people. And you know who else I'm done with? I'm done with people that want to destroy the Constitution, take away my freedom of speech, and take away my Second Amendment for my right to keep and bear arms. I'm tired of those people. They want to come after me. As Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says, don't sing it, bring it. That's just the way it is. Let me give you this before I take, excuse me. Let me give you this before I take the bottom of the hour break. I don't think you'd like it too much if I walked into your house and grabbed your keys to your car, got into your refrigerator, made a sandwich for myself, took off in your car, and just went for a joyride. I don't think you would like that too much. And then me coming back and, dropping your car off with hardly any gas and not paying for the food and blah, 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 blah. This is what people expect. Get on the government dole, take whatever, other people are paying for it, and I'm going to do whatever I want, so piss on them. What? You got a gun down the road? I'm going to take that away too because I'm going to take it because I want it. These are the narcissistic bastards in Washington, D.C., being controlled by many people. Number one, the Bilderberg Group. Number two, all the corporations that they own or have some finger in their pie. Okay? Everybody in Washington, D.C. is somewhat and somewhere invested in corporations that are truly running the United States of America and want to collapse it into a third world country and enslave you. If you don't believe that, all you got to do is go back in history and look at what industrial nations throughout our history have done to its people when there was corrupt politicians in the leadership. The Egyptian Empire, the Persian Empire, the Chinese or the Ancient Orient empires many, many thousands of years ago. The British Empire, yes, the British Empire. The American Empire, yes. Look at what they did back in the times of World War II. So, I hope that you're smart enough to not only understand or to want to understand what's going on, but I hope you're smart enough to open your eyes and see exactly what's going on in your own area. And let me know. Send me videos, send me, articles that you write, 2-3 paragraphs long, whatever, send it to the email address right there on the website if you're listening on the website, or to the email address on the Spreaker side. And if you want to send me additional information that you might think, is from the inside, Free America Radio at unseen.is. Free America Radio at unseen.is. Folks, got a half hour. I'll be back in just a few minutes to continue on. Go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show on Facebook and also Free America Radio on Facebook. I shall return right after this. What's that moving in the shadows? Claranormal Talk Radio with your host, Steve Hembry, right here on RadioKahuna.com.
Misfit is a misfit.
Samo.
Ignorant of hygiene, destructive, disorderly, and totally disrespectful.
It's the 515 with Samo on Samo Radio.
AM 1700 Daytona Beach, Holly Hill.
And SouthNet 1.
What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman. Hey folks, welcome back. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show for Wednesday, the 12th of March, 2014. How y'all doing? You doing good? Because it's Wednesday, it's hump day, you're about ready to go down the other side of the week to the weekend. Well, let me ask you a question. What's going to happen to you in the next 5 minutes? No, seriously. What do you plan on doing? Because when all is said and done, when all is viewed and everything is put out there in front of you like a buffet of information, and of course it changes every 5 minutes, or you're distracted by something else, what are you going to do in the next 5 minutes? What are you going to do? I know for a fact that there are certain things that I'm going to do, and I'm prepared to do those things. Spiritually, physically, academically, I'm very much prepared. But I'm not going to sit and allow myself, with all the information that I have, to keep it from anybody else. I'm going to share that information. Hey, dude, bridge is out. Don't go down that road. Go to Free America Radio on Facebook, if you will. I'll give you a preview of what's coming up on the Views Express Live today. From... let me go look at the link here. From Breitbart.com, emails reveal Obama administration shut down World War II memorial knowing vets were coming. Okay. Of course, that's after the fact. We all know what happened, right? Also from Fox News, exposing what's wrong with the right-to-work myth. I talked about that yesterday on my show for the first segment. Also, from A Sheep No More, we have Bilderberg selected, Sheeple approved. Let me read that to you. If anyone still believes that anyone in that illegal U.S. government is going to save them, then it's called insanity, and that includes Rand Paul, Hillary, Jeb Bush, Ted Cruz, or whomever has snow-jobbed the people. The left-right Tea Party libertarian psyop is just that, and it's a way to divide people against each other in order to be right about an ideology versus uniting and overthrowing an illegal government. The U.S. government was hijacked a long time ago. These selected leaders do not work for the people, and they will bring the U.S. down into a tyrannical one-world government until the people decide to practice what all revered revolutionists have done in the past: disobey with non-compliance. Definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over and over again and again and again and expecting different results. That's basically what it is, folks. That's basically what it is. I find it hard to believe that anybody with a high school education could not see this, considering the fact that, obviously I don't like to compare myself to other people, but when Carter was president in the 70s, and that whole fiasco with Grenada, I began to go, something wrong. Something's not smelling right in the bakery here, so let's go find out where the fire is. And so I did. And I researched. I didn't have the internet at the time. I went to the San Joaquin County Library in Stockton, California, and looked all this stuff up. And I read the news every single day coming out of the Stockton Record at the time, and in the USA Today, and in the Wall Street Journal. So I don't, I'm very well versed in what's happening behind the scenes. Reagan was no better. Everybody says he was the greatest president. No, he wasn't. He was a freaking socialist. Get over it. Go look who he associated himself with. Okay? Well, George H.W. Bush was better than Reagan. Really? Really? What about Clinton, folks? What about Bill Clinton? Yeah, he was no better. His whole administration was built upon, we're going to save some money. Everybody talks about Bill Clinton creating a surplus of money. No, folks, he didn't. He was the biggest robber of them all. Well, now that Barack Obama's president, no, yeah. Barack Obama's like 10 times worse. Bill Clinton said we had a surplus. No, we didn't. He just cut the budgets, right? You had a certain amount, a rate at which they raise the budgets every year. They cut that rate of increase, saving, quote unquote, any money that would have been put into the following year's budget. So there was no surplus. Folks, it's numbers on a paper. Write down the number 1 million. And then write down underneath of it, what if you had that $1 million, what would you have? What would you get with that $1 million? Well, you wanted that, you wanted this. Oh, it went over 1 million. Okay, we'll just scratch out the 1 and put a 2. There you go. Okay, now we have enough. Folks, it's monopoly money. Okay? Carter did it, Reagan did it, Clinton did it, Bush did it. The whole schmear. Okay? The whole 9 yards. Boom. It's all made up, folks. Go to usdebtclock.org and look at the debt that we have. Go look at it. Excuse me. U.S. debt. There it is right there. Right in my browser. We have currently $17 trillion debt. Okay? You know what numbers they're looking at to tell all of us, to mislead us to think that the economy is doing really well? Go down to the bottom of that and you'll see small business assets, $8.8 trillion. Corporation assets, $20.3 trillion. Household assets, $82 trillion. Total national assets, $112 trillion. Assets per citizen, $353,002. If I had that kind of money, I'd start my own business. I don't have that kind of money because it's phony, folks, all of it. U.S. federal tax revenue, $2.8 trillion. But we're still $17 trillion in debt when the corporate assets are at $20 trillion. Hello, something wrong with this picture, do you not think? You can go to state debt clocks as well on that site. Let me put that into the Wayne S. Pierce Show and Free America Radio Facebook pages. Free America Radio, go there. I'm going to put it there first. Or you can go to it, usdebtclock.org. Okay. There it is, up and running for your enjoyment. I don't know what else to tell you, folks. I know there are some hosts on Spreaker and other networks, associated here with Spreaker as well, that will tell you certain things that they know you want to hear. No, I'm just going to tell you exactly what's going on. I know people that'll talk to you and say certain things and be pretty much, they'll come into my chat room here and say, I agree with you. But then when I go and listen to their programs, they're just like not even close. Okay? I can tell you what's happening. Hey, look, this is what's happening. I can do that all day long. But I'm going to tell you who's making that happen. Okay? I'm not going to tell you, if we had this candidate in office, he would do this. He's against the Federal Reserve and the IRS. He's this, he's that. He would do this. Well, he's not doing it now, is he? He's not filing the charges against Obama, is he? He's not charging John Boehner, Speaker of the House, with, ethics violations, is he? And matter of fact, is your freaking candidate even in politics at this point? I say politics with quotes around it, using that word loosely. Have they even operated or been on the city council and operated a business at all? And that goes for women too. If a woman is in politics, that means she cannot run a business. What? Oh, you're sexist. No, I'm not. Because it's reality. If she ran a successful business but then sold it to run for politics, why? There's got to be an ulterior motive in there. Same thing with a guy. If a man runs a business and 3 or 4 or 5, 6 years down the road, he's wanting to get into politics and he sells his business, there's got to be an ulterior motive in there somewhere. Or then again, maybe not. But the thing is that you have to look at what's going on around you. The greatest example I use to find out what's going on around you and to get a good feel for people is go to your local mall. Hell, go to your local Walmart, go to your local stores or something. But go to the mall, because that's a group of people in an area that are just... you can see it in their face. They have tunnel vision. Living here in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, there's a bunch of casinos around here, so I call it casino vision. It's like they have blinders on. They don't give a crap what's going on around them. They just want to, in the mall, they just want to get to the store and go to Brookstone or some other, Victoria's Secret or something like that, just because I'm going over here. Screw that. But how many times have we gotten to the point where we've seen these people and we just want to walk up and just shake them up and go, can you get out of your trance? Can you wake up? I don't know, folks. I mean, that's up to you. I don't know I don't know what it looks like from your perspective. That's why you got to email me and let me know. Go to Free America Radio. on Facebook. Scroll on down, you will see. From Human Events on Facebook, let's give 17 people complete control of the value of every dollar in America and the interest rates at which banks may borrow them. What could possibly go wrong? Also, DHS Secretary Johnson, illegal aliens have earned the right to be citizens. That's in quotes, and that's at toprightnews.com. There's going to be more articles on Free America Radio on Facebook prior to the Views Express Live coming up today at 4 p.m. Pacific. But those are just two that I want to highlight. I want to ask you another question. I love asking questions because I need your input on things. So that's why I say email me, ask me anything you want. Anything at all. No question is off limits. You know, if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. But I'm going to ask you another question, and it's real simple. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure this one out. If you were in a position to where you could make changes in the federal government, Washington, D.C. specifically, what would you do? I'll tell you what I do. I'd cut Washington, D.C. off because it's a city-state unto itself. Go look it up. Just like the City of London in London, England. Just like the Vatican in Rome. Vatican City within that whole... That's the three separate powers in the world controlling everything. Go look it up. But I would take Washington, D.C., cut it off, and throw it in the Atlantic Ocean. Because the experiment of self-government worked, or self-governance worked. Why do you think we have so many states, folks? That's probably not the reason why we have so many states, but self-governance works. Why? Common sense, logic, spiritual guidance, morality. I mean, what doesn't work in those areas, folks? But self-government or self-governance works. What doesn't work is having a centralized group of people, 535 of them, in a location that oversees all the other states and tells us how things are going to be. That's not self-governance. That's a dictatorship, folks. And we can see throughout history where that has led those countries. And it's not easy. I mean, it really isn't easy to expose these criminals for what they are. It really isn't easy, and I know that. I know that. You know that. But I also know that it's not that difficult either. It's hard enough waking up every day knowing that you got to go to a job that you really don't like, but you got to take care of your family. And it's even worse to know that when you go there, approximately, depending upon where you live, half of your paycheck is going to go to taxes or fees or some other thing. Have you checked out your paycheck lately? Take a look at your FICA, your Social Security tax, your state tax, if you have state tax. You look at that, and then just hold that in your mind, and then go to the gas pump and fill up. You'll see an 18.5 excise tax, 18.5 other tax. That's 37% right there. I mean, you can go everywhere. You can go to, look at your grocery bill. I mean, you're running into about 50 to 60% of all of your money going out on taxes before you pay your bills. Okay? You can go get food and all that, whatever. That's you have to. But look at this stuff, folks. Can we not function without a centralized group of people that supposedly represent all of us? Can we not survive without them? Yes, we can. We've done it before. We can do it again. When did we do that? Prior to 1776, folks. There were people here long before that whole thing happened, okay? 1773 to 1776 was the catalyst or the time frame that caused the catalyst for the independence, the War of Independence from Britain. And it really began somewhere about late 1772. But there were people here long before that. Western Europeans came over long before that. Okay? And then there were people here that the settlers in this country killed to take their land. Sound familiar? Folks, the bottom line is, I'm just giving you all of my thoughts. I'm just throwing them out there for you to take, to listen to take into consideration, hopefully encouraging you to go out and do your own research and homework on this stuff. But usually I read articles and tell you what's going on and recently in the news, and I'm not even going to talk about the flight that disappeared. I mean, that's, oh my God, there's just so much. Again, every 5 minutes something else is coming out about it, and I don't even want to touch it. So what you need to realize is you're being screwed, and you don't even know it. I'm letting you know about it. You're being screwed, folks. Everywhere. In every position imaginable. I don't get it. I don't get it. I live in Nevada. It's an open carry state, but I can't carry my gun. Oh, I can, but I'm restricted as to where I can go. And rightly so, the courthouse, the bank, the casinos, of course I can't take them in there, and common sense tells me not to. So I don't need somebody telling me where I can, take my gun. But then you got people here, tourists or locals, that are going to see me walking around with a gun, and cops are going to show up. So what's the point? Now, if I went way outside of the city on public land, way out away from cities, oh, hell, I can carry my gun all day long. I was told that, as a matter of fact. I was told by a Reno police officer, I can carry my gun. It's an open carry state. You have the legal right to do so. Just remember that people are going to freak out. And the cop may ask you a question, but, And they even told me, have a little, business card with my information for my gun. This police officer told me that I have a right and a legal right to carry my gun. I have the right not to take out my gun to give it to another officer. So they told me to carry a business-sized card and give it to them. Here's my information. So I'm going by what they say. Now, do I wear my gun out in public? No, I don't. And it only means, it doesn't mean anything other than I don't want to get hassled. Okay? And that's what, have you seen what cops do? And those are only the bad cops. Have you seen what they do to people? A guy crossing the street, I don't know how true this story is. I just saw this morning. Guy crossing the street in a crosswalk. The cops pull him over and shoot him. I don't know how true that is. It's just something. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Can we have sanity in this country? Can we do what we do without being hassled? Can we function within the common sense and logic that we have without somebody telling us, oh, you can't do that? No, up yours. We have here in Reno, Nevada, and also in the little suburb called Sparks, we have signs on light poles way up, not at eye level where you can read them, but they're way up, and they say free speech zone. That is a violation of my First Amendment right, period. Now, yesterday I'll lead, or I'll end the show with this as well, but I'll lead that into this. Right-to-work states and at-will employment policies are a violation of our constitutionally protected rights, period, end of sentence. People have always told me, point to it. Show me in the Constitution where it says that. Well, okay, let me pull out the National Labor Relations Board. Let me pull out the Taft-Hartley Act. Let me pull out the information from President William H. Taft, President of the United States of America in the 20th century. Yes, remember him? No. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, let me pull out all this information and let me show you why it's a violation of our constitutionally protected rights. A right-to-work state and at-will employment policies are a violation of our constitutionally protected rights, period. If there is an attorney out there that can give me additional information proving my side of it, please send that to me. If there's an attorney out there that will disagree with me, please send me your information. I'm okay with that. I want to know both sides. But as far as I am concerned, I stand on the Constitution and the Bill of Rights prior to 1871, prior to the corporations taking over and incorporating the United States of America into a corporation in 1925. Go look at the information. It's there. It's all public record. So I don't want to hear any more about your stupid little, ideologies of, oh my God, we have to take away the guns. We got to do it because guns. Why don't you go stand in line with that scum, pus-filled bag of bones, Dianne Feinstein, and support her? Because you know what? You start talking about taking away the rights of American people, you ain't no better than that scum-filled, pus-filled bag of bones. So why don't you, additionally, if you want to take away the rights of the American people and declare the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which protects you, by the way, null and void, why don't you pack your bags and your silly little ass and get it down to Mexico, up to China, or over to Russia, because that's all you're worth. Get the hell out of my country. I'm an American citizen born and raised in Stockton, California, and I guarantee you I will stand up for this country even to the last breath that I take in my life. And if no one is with me, bye. Have a nice day. And if you're going to combat that principle of freedom, peace, and security in this nation, all I got to say to you is bring it on. Or how about saving your own ass? Pack it and leave. I'm sure China and Mexico and Russia would love your citizenship. You can contact me if you disagree with me as well. Contact me at the email address on the website or the email address on the Spreaker side of things. Or if you want to send me information that you don't want anybody else to know about, Free America Radio at unseen.is. Free America Radio at unseen.is. This has been the Wayne S. Pierce Show. I am so glad. Yes, I get frustrated and pissed off and rant. So I want to say thank you for listening to me in this past hour. Appreciate that very much. If you want to get a hold of me, please do. I'd want to hear from you. Come join me on the Views Express Live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com or freeamericaradio.us. And we'll talk about a lot of stuff. Go to Free America Radio on Facebook and check out the stories I'm going to be putting up later. Hey, folks, have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you on Friday.